Stephen, it's been a year since last time we spoke. February 29th, I believe.
It was.
Following your last win. What have you been doing since?
It's been hard. It's the unfortunate thing with boxing is, it comes with a lot of sort of people who promise you the world and don't give you it. And unfortunately, over the last year, I've been promised 3-4 fights here and there and everywhere, and the two that did seem positive and did seem like it was a possibility was one in Gdansk, one in Belarus, and unfortunately the British Boxing Board put a stop to that. That was in August, September time for them both on an LCS that card, and as I say, unfortunately that didn't go ahead. So it's been tough. It's been really tough, and staying on weight and staying focused. And obviously, being a heavyweight, I haven't got a weight to make, but at the same time, I know what I perform at. And I'm 45 fights in. I've fought heavy, I've fought light, so I know which is my good weight, which is my ideal weight. So staying on weight and sort of staying focused and remain fit. It's been hard, but come fight time, come fight night, I'm fortunate enough to have a day now, so come fight night, that'll show. When all the other boxers have been, struggling the last year and not been staying in the ring and not been staying active, that'll show, and it'll show that I've stayed active, stayed fit, and you'll see that in the performance.
And how have you been keeping busy over the lockdown periods with the gyms being closed for so many months?
Fortunately, being a professional athlete, I've been able to train through. I've done quite a bit for charity as well. I've done quite a bit for mental health charity Mind, which has been sort of. I've done the 3-3-48, which is 3 miles every 3 hours for 2 days, which was the David Goggins challenge. I've done that for charity. I've done 100 miles through the month of February for charity. So I've been keeping myself fit by doing things, things like that, and just sort of giving us something to work towards. And if I do it for charity, I know I've got to do it. Whereas if I was doing it just, I'll set this challenge out. I might have woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning and thought, I can't be bothered than this, and turned my alarm off and went to sleep. But by doing it for charity, it was something that I knew I had to do. So, and as I say, fortunately, I've been able to come in there from last March, from the first lockdown. Mark got it organised with the council for us to come straight into the gym and train. So we've been fortunate enough that as a professional athlete, I've been allowed to train. So.
And you were saying that you've got a fight date. When is it? And do we know the opponent?
Yeah, so it's the 24th of July, down in Manchester. So I don't know if whoever follows us on social media will have seen. I've signed a 5-fight deal with Black Flash Promotions, Pat Barrett, which is obviously he's a sister company to Queensbury. So it's getting back into that sort of phase of getting active again, getting the ring rust off, and proving to the fans, proving to Queensbury, and proving to Matchroom, whoever wants to sign us after the back of that I am, where I say I am, and I'm ready. And as for a fighter, unfortunately, it's the match sort of, it hasn't, because of it, nobody knowing what's going on, still with this COVID passport, still with being able to fly overseas and airports open. Unfortunately, they can't. The matchmaker isn't able to put pen to paper for a fight, whether or not it's going to be an overseas fighter, whether or not it's going to be, someone within the UK. But I will 100% not be fighting a reputable person this time round. It's been a year. It's going to have been 16 months on the day of the fight from my last fight. I need to get that ring rust off. Although I've been sparring, although I've stayed active, the last thing I want to do, you've seen some massive names lose during this lockdown. You've seen the likes of Lomachenko and stuff losing, Dillian White the first fight. So there has been some big names who have lost. Has it been because of the fans? Has it been because of COVID? You don't know, but I want to make sure that I get that ring rust off, I get that win out the way, then I can look at advancing 6 to 8 rounds with the name in place.
And the important question is obviously, what is the ring walk? Are we sticking to the Disney Drago, the Disney Destroyer motif?
100%. I mean, listen, you know, I think a lot of people think that this is some sort of gimmick, and it's genuinely not. I mean, I'm covered in Disney tattoos. I love, you know, I'll sit and answer 100 questions and get 99% of them right about Disney. I genuinely love Disney. I love Disney music. So the whole Disney Drago thing isn't a gimmick. It's a genuine thing, and I will be coming out the Lion King. I'm going to be a mighty king, so enemies beware. That's, you know, that's me.
And one of the ways you have been keeping busy is you've become a sparring partner to some of boxing's heavyweight elites of the UK, including Hughie Fury and the current heavyweight world champion Anthony Joshua. How were both of those experiences?
Yeah, I've been fortunate. The Hughie Fury thing come about from his last fight was with a character called Marius Wack, 6'8", tough sort of opponent, and I'd previously sparred with Marius Wack. I'd done a lot of rounds with Marius. When Cash Ali fought David Price, Cash Ali contacted the GB squad. Me and Fraser ended up part of that when I was down in the England squads, and Fraser and myself was part of Cash Ali versus David Price camp, and Marius Wack was also a part of that. So we've done many rounds with Marius. So Peter Fury had contacted somebody up in Middlesbrough called Stubbs, who then contacted Mark and said, oh, you know, Peter's looking for some big characters. I went down as a trial. Trial went well, so I ended up living, sleeping, eating down there for 6 weeks and being part of the full camp, getting many rounds in. Three times a week was sparred for 6 weeks, six rounds at a time. So, you know, you're talking a good 40 plus rounds with Hughie himself, phenomenal boxer. So it went well, and on the back of the Anthony Joshua, again, something very similar. Got contacted by Benga, who's Anthony Joshua's management at 258 Management. They contacted Mark, asked me to go down for a trial. It was a very open technical spar to see whether or not I could replicate Tyson Fury, permitting that fight comes off, putting Anthony on the back foot, Anthony putting me on the back foot, just you know, a very technical spar. So off the back of it, it went well, and fortunately enough, when the deal and the signing goes ahead, I will be part of the camp.
And when you were sparring with the likes of Anthony Joshua, obviously he is currently the world heavyweight champion at the very highest elite level. You're still very, very young and upcoming with your career. What was it like taking that huge step up?
For me, I remember first walking into the gym. I walked in at the gym as a little fat kid wanting to lose weight, and off the back of that, 6 months later, I was sparring with a kid called Chris Burton, who is from Darlington, and you know, he was a finalist in a massive boxing tournament. He had some massive names on his resume, and I think he was 18 wins, 1 loss at the time. And Mark put me in with him, and ever since then, I've only ever wanted to fight the best, because for me, you know, you can sit in the ring and do hundreds and hundreds of rounds where you're caving somebody's skull in or beating somebody and it being easy, but what you're going to learn from that, where you're going to get to the next step. So for me, I've always wanted to fight the best, and then I adapt from that. So I would like to class myself as a sort of technically smart fighter, and once I've worked someone out after 2-3 weeks, I can hold my own against them. So I think Anthony Joshua was phenomenal at the basics. You know, he's a GB gold medalist, and he's phenomenal at A and B. So working him out was, you know, a lot easier than it was working Hughie Fury out, because Hughie Fury is very durable, very, you know, A, B, C and D. If A, B's not working, he'll go to C and D, switch hits, he moves around the ring, and whereas Anthony's got that one shot knockout power. So, you know, fortunately it was a fantastic experience, and there'll be a lot more to come.
Awesome. Good luck in Manchester. Hopefully I can be there. I'll be speaking to you after the fight.
Fantastic, thank you.